I love Christmas. I love everything about it, from the music, to the flattering lighting, to the cheesy plastic decorations. Actually, scratch that. I don't love the plastic shit. Not since a dreadful day in 5th grade, the very December day in 1989, my mother still refers to as Beth's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I had a perm. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I had one of those wavy, frizzy old lady perms because my mother insisted upon taking me to an actual hairdresser. I'd have much preferred the Ogilvy home perm my friends had subjected themselves to. So the perm was my first problem, one that seemed to last for years. My second problem was that I had stepped in a puddle of urine somewhere in my morning. To tell you the truth, I can't remember if I actually stepped in a puddle of pee or if that's the story I came up with because something far worse had happened. Either way, I smelled like an incontinent senior. By the way, 5th graders are big fans of rudely screaming out, "Who smells?" I'd like to see them pull that shit in a nursing home. In those days, the entirety of my allowance was spent at Long's drugstore, and for some reason, I'd gotten the bright idea of purchasing what I later came to know as an Afro pick. I thought it was a really fabulous idea. To have my Afro pick sticking out of my perm. And most of the day was spent with this random mediate emerging from the side of my head. I'm amazed I was allowed to leave the house. During PE the day before, I had sprained my ankle. I was always spraining my ankle in sad cries for attention. On this fateful day, I'd wrapped my sprained ankle in an ace bandage, found a cane in an old closet, and wore a foam New Kids on the Block high-top bedroom slipper on the injured foot. Please take a moment to visualize. We've got the perm, the pee, the Afro pick, the cane, and the New Kids on the Block cast. It wasn't even 9 a.m. The worst moment of this day, worse than my teacher asking everyone why I had a comb in my hair, worse than explaining the pee smell for 7 straight hours, worse than being forced to play dodgeball because everyone knew the ankle thing was fake, was the Christmas tree. My rival for official 5th grade obnoxious smarty pants was a kid named Patrick. And Patrick's parents had donated a fake Christmas tree to our classroom for the holidays. As a result, Patrick and his kin were treated much like I imagine the Gettys are treated when arriving at the Getty Museum. I believe this event even made it into the school bulletin, so the entirety of the student body and parish would know the benevolent philanthropy of Patrick's parents and their practical taste in seasonal foliage. The tree, again treated as if Jesus himself had backed up his sacred minivan and dropped it off, was decorated in the standard construction paper chains and ornaments made out of recycled styrofoam meat trays. Secret Santa gifts sat beneath the tree, and the angel perched atop it was a handcrafted gift from our class pen pal in Mexico. This precious tree stood next to the chalkboard. Because I have always been the tallest person on the planet, I was the tallest person in 5th grade. My teacher, having no concept of what it's like to be a 9-foot-tall 10-year-old girl, proudly bestowed upon me the honor of writing the date every morning on the chalkboard. So the first thing, after several awkward versions of my tale of urinary woe, I wobbled up to the chalkboard and started in on the date. By the time I got to 1989, I had lost my balance. I think you know what happens next. If a tacky fake Christmas tree falls in a 5th grade classroom, does it make a sound? Yeah, it does. I might as well have single-handedly destroyed the rainforest. I certainly ruined Christmas based upon the reactions of my class and teacher. There's no way to gracefully recover from such a blunder. To silence and stares, I picked the fake tree up and balanced it as best I could. Then, with the help of my cane, I rehung the fallen ornaments and reattached any plastic removable branches that had fallen in my act of terrorism. I pretended not to notice the crushed angel of Mexico ruined beyond repair. I then slowly returned to my seat, still to silence and stares from children and adults alike. And from somewhere deep inside, as secretly as I could, I gave my class, my teacher, Patrick, that tree, and every tree in the whole stupid world, the middle finger, hiding my forbidden obscene gesture under my desk. That, folks, is what I think of when I see a shitty, fake, plastic, non-denominational Christmas tree. I think of that 5th grade tree, and the cane, and the pee, in the comb and breathe a sigh of relief that those goddamn terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days are over.